The sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, those starters who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and save love, establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Oh, Mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dala Damara Sebe Da Nobara Sebe Ge Tarba Dam Je Jembe Barade Jo Bara Seba Dam Je Zor Sebe Manam Gada Nyambe Zemje Andam Je Dewa Dame Somara Dandar Yorda Lana Meba Yanda Bara Zobe Zanjur Boje Do Bara Thus, unto I, achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Unto death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, deeds with the body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the Kanduru Lama and the lineage of Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sangha. We take refuge in the noble darkness and the Dhamma guidance, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas invested the enlightened mind in the progress on the Bodhisattva path. Too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhisattva, and apply myself to complete the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge unto enlightenment is reached. By the merit of Janarats and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion. So now we go to short mandala offering. 10a. The ground is sprinkling with the sainted waters, strewed with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the spirit mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As Buddha said, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha faith. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer the altar in the sacred offering, with my body, worth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Rina Mandra Lapunda Manga Samandra Savar Samaya Om. I call refuge on the name of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor, Vajradhara with wardrobe. I bow at the feet of Father Jitin Songgon. Continue to attend of no one but you. Compassionate one grant your blessing. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unliberated nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two vehicles and their combination according to the disposition and likewise the mental capacity of a sentient being. So now we go to page 32. Majeshri. His wisdom is brilliant, the sun free of the clouds of two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance in the prison of samsara. As a father for only son, like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma. Through the 60 branch of Haramani's speech, he wears the wisdom sword to cut the saddling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confession. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels, and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 Son of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, 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 Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade. You who are the perfect, youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, I prostrate before you and praise you, Manjushri. Okay, so we finish the opening prayer. Good morning, everyone. So, everyone ready to listening teaching, yeah? Okay, so now we're going to the way of Bodhisattva. Way of Bodhisattva has 10 chapters. So, we finished the first chapter. Today we are in the second chapter. First chapter is talking about the bodhicitta's benefit. Second chapter is so disclosure of evil and confession. The second chapter, third chapter, there has more focus for the seven branch practice. So the second chapter has offering section, postation, and refuge. So and confession. We finish the offering section, and also we finish postation section. Also we finish the refuge section. So today we are in the confession section. Then confession has 4 powers. So first one is regret. Second one is power of object. Third one is power of antidote. Fourth one is power of commitment. So we have 4 powers. Now we are in the first one, first power. So we have to recognize I'm beginning last time until now what we did, this non-virtuous deeds. We have to recognize, and then also we have to recognize this non-virtuous result is suffering. So that's the reason before we dissolution, we have to confession. So we don't do the confession, purify our non-virtuous deeds before our dissolution. Then if we are reborn to the lower realms, so countless lifetimes of suffering. So that's the reason we have a confession just right now and not put the next time. And we have to do the effort. So that's all the information Shantideva he give it to us because he has wisdom, he has compassion, he cares about all mother sentient beings. That's the reason he give all the information what we have to do correctly before we dissolution. So yesterday we leave this 42 is finished, and today is 43, 44 I think. Yeah, 43 is finished, so we have 44, and this go together. Actually, 42 and 40, 43 and 44 goes together. So this 43 is an example. Even we get something problem in this life due to the law, according to the law, or we get something problems, we are nervous and scared. So it's something we done wrong, and police knows that they come to us, they come change all our appearances and transfigured. So then comparing to that, if we're so scared for that, then why not scared for the death? So why we not scared to more suffer, more danger than that is going into the lower realms. So why we not scared for that? That is the 44. What needs to be mentioned? The tremendous disappear. When stricken with the disease of a great panic, being clasped by the physical forms of the frightful messengers of death. So then, when we die, due to the non-virtuous deeds, then painful, very strong suffering. The suffering is here is the torment to us disappear, suffering. So that kind of suffering is coming, especially so who done the so strong non-virtuous deeds. When that person is ready to die, then there has more experience. And someone who done the good things and practicing Dharma, when they're going to die, dissolution, that time they don't have this kind of painful suffering and the frightful, they don't have. But people who does non-virtuous deeds, there's someone create lots of non-virtuous deeds. When they die, there's so much suffering comparing to practitioners. So the Shantideva main point, don't too late until die. When we die, that time we have a regret. It's too late. So before die, we have to put effort, practice. And when we die, then no frightful, no much pain and suffering if we practice Dharma. So the main point Shantideva said, do right now, practice, purify karma before die. And we do something, create non-virtuous deeds. When we go into dissolution, that time, then our experience is is very dangerous. So this then being collapsed by the physical forms of the frightful messenger of death. So all this messenger of death, this death Mara, also we call Yamas, who tortured the beings in the Bardo. So these appearances arise. That everything is individual's own experience, perceptions. Because someone doesn't know what you ask this, their own perception has this kind of frightening. And so this kind of beings come to them and give the punish. So that is Shantideva says, very dangerous, very scared for, comparing to someone come to us to get and put in the jail or something. So, or someone may you punish, cut your finger or something. So comparing that to in this, death, someone don't know what you ask did, suffering is unbearably more suffering, 1,000 times more danger, more suffering. So that's the reason Shantideva says, if we care for something like small things, then we should care for bigger things. If you really scared to lose one finger, then why you not scared many lifetimes falling lower ranks? So that's the Shantideva giving us suggestion. And then this, when we die, this experience is mostly for who died the non-virtuous deed. The person has this experience. And the practitioners, when they die, their perception is pure line and the Buddhahood. So they don't have this frightening. So that is many stories in Tibet. We have like someone who usually killed animals, who just don't know what you ask did. When they die, they always say like, oh, these animals coming to, me and going to harm me. They're going to eat me. They're going to beat me. There's so many like that has experience. So when practitioners die, they have perceptions like Pure Land and the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. So that's all is due to their own perceptions. Negative deeds arise in this frightening. So positive practice perception arise the Pure Land perception. So that is all individuals' perception follow. Then next 45, the Shantideva give us, suggestion is purify karma right now. So before die. So that's giving the next 4 or 45 information. Who can afford me their protection from this great hero? With terrified, bargaining eyes aghast, I shall search the 4 quarters for refuge. So if we do something non-virtuous deeds, not purify non-virtuous, then that come to when we die, this non-virtuous, result is coming. So then who going to take care for us? So we're going to look for who can afford me their protection from this great horror, so suffering. Which terrify, like even like with eyes bulging, eyes aghast, so look to 4 directions everywhere, frightening, but you cannot find any refuge. I shall search for the 4 quarters for refuge because it's too late. So that's the reason this 46 is you recognize what happened. So, but seeing no refuge there, I shall become enveloped in gloom. If there should be no protection there, then what shall I be able to do? So we look to 4 directions, and you cannot find any one can protect us. Then, so we are become suffering, and shall become enveloped in gloom. So that's problems arise. Then, if that time is we don't have any protection, so then what are we going to do? There's no any choice because we already done the no virtuous days. The result is coming that time. So that means Shantideva just main point is before this karma is ripening, before we have to purify. Karma is recreated, so that's the reason we can purify our own karma. Karma is created by some other beings for us, then we cannot purify it because due to the other beings. So we create our own karma. That's the reason we can purify our own karma. The main point is Shantideva is purify karma, purify non-virtuous deeds. Before this result is ripening. So when its result is ripening, then that time is too late. You look to 4 directions everywhere. You calling all the directions. No one can protect. So the main point is we have to purify our karma. Use these 4 powers. Buddha can help us purify karma, but when karma is ripening, then all these Buddhas cannot do anything because its karma is ripening. Result is already ripening. Before result, karma is ripening, then all these Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, spiritual beings, and that's all is a special object for a confession object that can help us, support us. But when ripening karma, then that time is too late. So we have to recognize that. Then there is we finish the regret, the power of regret, and also we recognize the no virtue as this is suffering. So that's the reason we have regret. And then no virtue as we have to think about not only this life. The no virtue is many lifetimes create. Beginning last time until now. So we have all this restoring, or like we have wirehouse, or this is karma. So we have to destroy this negative karma wirehouse. Use something special warpings we have to destroy the wirehouse. Okay. Otherwise, karma is ripening. Then we don't have any choice.
What a wire house? Are you saying wire house, like a jail?
Wire house means like you put lots of things in there, you know. The wire house, right?
Warehouse. Oh, a warehouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said wire. Sorry.
Warehouse. I think I did a mistake. Thank you, Mary. If I didn't do correctly words, please let me know, okay? So now you understand, right? Warehouse or wirehorse?
Warehouse.
Warehouse, what is that?
It's a storage facility. It's like a big
Okay.
building full of stuff.
Yes. So that is, we have that. We already restore all the karma in there. So we have to destroy, burn that before we die, okay?
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. So now the second is this object, the power of object. Power of object. Power of object means something support for us. So then Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, spiritual beings, that's all is like our support object. They even not a person, you know, it's a stupa or some, you know, like statues, tankas, Buddha's images, all is there is a support. So that's a second is we're going into the power of support. We're going to purify our karma. We need something support, purify karma. So page 47, the verses 47. Therefore, I know seek refuge with the Buddhas who protect the world, who strive to shatter all that lives, and with great strength eradicate all fears. So now we refuge to the Buddha. This verses 47. So Buddha has compassion and wisdom. So he helps for every sentient being to liberating. And that's the reason he is the who protect the world. He is the only king protect us if take refuge to Buddha. So his goal is actually Buddha's goal is benefit for other beings. So he take care of other sentient beings. So that's the reason we have to take refuge to Buddha. We beings suffering in samsara, we recognize that, and then we have to take refuge to Buddha. So and with great strength, eradicate all fear. The 48 is take refuge to Dharma and Sangha. So Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is the power of object. First one is Dharma. Likewise, I purely take refuge in the Dharma they have released. So we take refuge to Dharma. Dharma is introduced to our non-virtuous deeds. So Dharma can purify our karma. When we practice Dharma, purify our karma. So that's the reason we take refuge to the Dharma. And then the take refuge to the Sangha is that clears away the fears of cyclic existence, and also in the example of Bodhisattvas. So take refuge to Bodhisattva, that is a part of Sangha. Sangha is here is referred to Sangha is not just ordinary beings. This Sangha is Bodhisattvas, high level practitioners who has realizations. So that beings can protect us. Taking refuge object Sangha is no ordinary Sangha. So usually we can call our service, we say Sangha, but that is relative to the Sangha. So take refuge is we have to go take refuge to the absolute truth, the Sangha. Means Bodhisattva who has first level Bodhisattva permits realization to all the way up to the 10th level permit Bodhisattva level. So who has that realization, then we can take refuge to the Sangha. So main point is three. Buddha is the same as a doctor. The Dharma is the same as medicine. The Sangha is the same as, nurse and who help for the patients, taking care of the patients. So we are same as the patient. So recognize that, and so patients that don't know the problems, so have to see the doctor. Doctor only knows what problems, and then doctor gives suggestion, medicine. So that is the same as the Buddha. He give. We are sick because due to the emotions, and then Buddha can give medicine. It's a Dharma. So that's the reason Dharma is the same as medicine. Dharma is the antidote to our emotions. So then these Bodhisattvas can help us remove obstacles. So that's the reason we take refuge to the Sangha, and the Bodhisattvas can support for us practice. Then of course the relative Sangha also can support each other too. So that's the reason we take refuge to Sangha. And that is the power of object. So when we go into confession, something you recognize what we did wrong, and then front of a statue, front of a stupa, or front of visualize Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, or you can see rare person, also like spiritual beings, someone. So then you can confess to that, pure confession and purifying karma. So then this also has a different levels of practice. So actually all this practice is confession. All the Dharma practice is a confession. This 7 branches we talking about yesterday and today, this all is Dharma is antidote to our karma and purifying our karma, antidote to the emotions. It is a confession. All Dharma is a confession, actually. So we have so many different kind of levels, confession, according to the dispositions, individual's capacity. So you can use like Buddha Vajrasattva practice. That is also confession. When you practice Buddha Vajrasattva, so what we have to visualize Buddha Vajrasattva. The Buddha Vajrasattva is object of compassion, power, object of power of object. So then we chant the Buddha Vajrasattva's mantra is the power of antidote. Then we need regret, we need commitment. So some is come from us, some we need support. So these 4 powers have to come together to purify our karma. So now, the next is 49 verses. 49 verses also is a support. It's like we ask help, please help me purify my karma. This all the 8 Bodhisattvas. So 8 Bodhisattvas are trembling with fear, offer myself to Samandabhada, to Manjur Kosha also, and make a gift of my body. So now we say, I'm so scared to die, because due to my my emotions or ignorance create so much karma. So that's the reason. Now I offer my body to to the Samedabhada and to Manjur Kosha. It's Manjushiri. So I make a gift of my body. So please take my body, take care of me. So no, I belong to you, so you have to take care of me. So like that kind, And so we already offer our body to this Bodhisattvas. Actually, when you take refuge, means like already offering your body, speech, mind, Buddha. So that's the reason you cut the hair. Cut the hair is representative. Your body is offering already. So now you are under the Buddha care, and then you are under the protection. So this death maras cannot come to harm you, because when they see this Buddha under the protection, and when they see this Bodhisattvas, they're not going to get you. So that's the reason we have offered our body to the Buddha and the Bodhisattvas. So when we take refuge, actually already give to them ready. So then also think about it, and Tibetan tradition also, actually we have become monk. It's belong to monastery, not belong to parents and the family. So same is like say Gajin Rinpoche always he said, I belong to God monastery. So whatever he does is for monastery, and he don't have to do, and he don't like do anything himself. So like that, yeah. So I share you one story, like example, 1959. So this cultural revolutionary war at that time. His Holiness Devon Chamgun Chesang's family actually already left from Tibet to went to India. So they stay in the Kalimpong. But then his father, someone come back to in Tibet, wanted to get him to take to India, but the monastery said no. So then he cannot take because it already belong to monastery. So no more belong to the parents and the family. So when they already recognize, and he put in the monastery throne, so they belong to the monastery. So he already offering to the monastery. That like kind of many stories, like of course everything's like that, system is like that, offering means. And when I was a kid, like actually my mother say I'm offering to the Gachin Rinpoche. So like that, many parents offering these kids sometimes like the teachers. Then teacher have to take care of that, not belong to parents, nothing. So whatever does teacher, they have to take care. Same like that, it's just individual levels. So this also all the lamas actually belong to the monastery. Means like you have to work for Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And then you don't have to think about the family, The family don't hold you because family already give up actually. Tibetan called Tapa means, monk name is Tapa. Tapa means it's free from the family. It's separate from the family. So not belong to the parents anymore. And belong to the already monastery. Okay, so that's same like this way, it's when we take refuge, actually we already offering our body, speech, mind is Buddha. So that's why we make a gift of my body. Then 50, verses 50, through the protector Avalokiteshvara, who infallibly acts with compassion, are utter mournful cry, please protect this evil drawer or deer. So then also we calling the Chinreze, you have a compassion, great compassion. So you're only thinking about other beings, benefit for other beings. Please help me, free from this evil door, or, like when we die, it's please protect us. So we're calling the Chinreze. The reason is that see here says, to the protector Avalokiteshvara, who infallibly acts with compassion, so immeasurable compassion for other beings. So that's why we're calling the Chinreze. And then verses 51, in my search for refuge. So now we also search for our refuge. I cry from my heart for Ashankangarbha, Sutungarbha, and all compassionate protectors. So we're calling these Bodhisattvas, please protect us. So then verses 52, and I take refuge in Vajrapane. So also we take refuge to Vajrapane. Obtain the sight of home or harmful beings, such as the messengers of death flew in terror to the four quarters. So we're calling the Vajrapane. We take refuge to Vajrapane. So when Vajrapane appeared to in the in the Pardo, so this all the Pardo who create like frightening, like scaring other people, who are going to torture this yamas, or they are run away from the Vajrapane. When they see the Vajrapane, they are scared, they run away. They're not going to torture for us. So that's the reason we calling the Vajrapane, please help me. So that is all is calling the four 8 Bodhisattvas. So these 8 Bodhisattvas ask protection, give protection when we die. So help me ask, Also use these 8 Bodhisattvas, and we're doing confession to the 8 Bodhisattvas. So now verses 53. Previously, I transgress your advice, but now upon seeing this great fear, I go to your refuge. By doing so, may this fear be severely cleared away. So now we recognize what we did wrong, and all the previous life we didn't follow the Buddha's advice, Buddha's suggestions. So now we recognize the problem is, if we don't follow the Buddha's advice, suggestion, so we're going to get problem and suffering. So that's the reason now, starting right now, I'm going to take refuge to you. So please help me. So by doing so, this fear be severely clear away. Please purify my, fears. Give me protection, free from my fears. So we supplication to the Buddha and take refuge to Buddha. Recognize what we did wrong and we didn't follow the Buddha's instruction. So that's why we are stuck in samsara. No, we recognize, we say we're going to follow your instruction. So then ask Buddha, please give me protection and purify my fears. So then verses 44, so that is like we finished already the power of object. So second power is finished. Now it's a third power. Third power is the antidote to the emotion. So power of Dharma actually. Dharma is antidote to our emotion and our karma. So here is Shantideva, give instruction for us. You must practice Dharma. So the practice Dharma is very important. So Shantideva said, don't give up, put effort. So that is the 54. If I need to complete with the doctor's advice, when frightened by a common illness, then how much more so when perpetually deceived by the manifold evil of desire and so forth. It's very beautiful statement. So think about, right now we have this coronavirus. If someone get coronavirus, they're going to do the test and go to the emergency or follow the, see the doctor's advice. So they are really scared and fear. So we know that, same like that, anyway, just whatever we get sick, illness, so we have to see the doctor and follow the doctor's advice. 100% follow the doctor's advice because we are scared and fear. So then, if you scared for that, then you should scare for this one. The Shantideva say, then how much more so being perpetually diseased by the manifold evil of desire and so forth. So our emotion is the same as the disease, illness. So then we have to think about that. So this is more danger than just get sick and ill. This emotion is more danger, comparing to we just get sick. So that's the reason Shantideva said, so if you care about, if you sick, then so when properly diseased by the manifold evil of desire and so forth, then think about our emotions, he said. You have to take care about that. That's more danger than just sick, get sick. So now 55 is following up, information, going together. This 54, 55, 56, they all go together. And if all people dwelling on this earth, can be overcome by just one of these. And if no other medicine to cure them is to be found elsewhere in the universe. So, and if all people is get dwelling on this earth, is put in the danger, or these sentient beings actually, put in the danger and taken away from the happiness. So then can be overcome by just one of these. Its emotion can destroy all sentient beings' happiness, take away from sentient beings' happiness. So, and if no other medicine to care them. So we don't have any other medicine for care for our emotions. Emotion can destroy all samsaric beings, all thinking beings, destroy happiness. Emotion is more danger than illness, disease. So emotion put us in the lower realms, endless suffering. Not only one people, not two people, not 1 million, not 2 million. So all thinking beings. So then that kind of very danger illness is emotion. So no any other medicine you can find except the Dharma. So that's the reason Shantideva said we should practice Dharma. Dharma is only medicine to cure this emotion. So emotion is more danger than disease. Disease only cure one life, maybe one person, 2 person, then go up to 100,000. So this coronavirus maybe 1 million people cared maybe. But emotion, endless beings put in the lower realms, suffering. Many lifetimes, endless lifetimes. So that's the reason Shantideva said emotion is more dangerous than disease. So if we don't think about that, so he said we are crazy. Shantideva said we are really crazy sentient beings. So only thinking about the temporary, only thinking about the right now today. We don't thinking about the tomorrow. So we don't see the tomorrow. We see only today. Shantideva said we are really crazy. If you really think about, want this get happiness. So he said should practice Dharma. Dharma is antidote to the emotion. Emotion put us in the lower realms many lifetimes. So then the intention not to act in accordance with the advice of the all-knowing physicians that can uproot every misery is extremely divider and worthy of scorn, I think. So then the intention not act in accordance. So if we don't follow the Buddha's advice, so that then means we are really crazy. We are more like just kids, kids. We don't understand anything. It's kind of, we say foolish people, right? Foolish or something. No any wisdom. So Shantideva says, according with the advice of all knowing physicians, means like Buddha is the doctor. So Buddha has omniscience. He knows everything. Buddha knows everything. So then Buddha knows everything. That's why he gives medicine us is what can uproot every misery. So all the suffering is can purified, uproot. That can uproot every misery. Is extremely bewildered and worthy of skin. So Buddha he has omniscient wisdom. So that's the reason he knows what sentient beings need. So then he has compassion. He giving for us what we need, which medicine we need. He give us. Buddha focus the taking care of other beings is his main focus is that can uproot every misery. Is extremely bewildered and worthy of skin. Means he tried to take care of us free from suffering. not just only free from illness, free from suffering. So Shantideva said we should follow the Buddha's instruction and advice. Because Buddha has knowledge, he is the doctor, and he has a compassion, he cares about all sentient beings. That's the reason he gives us teaching, Dharma, and he says should follow that. If practice the Dharma, you can uproot evil misery. It's all suffering, it can be uprooted, it's gone, finished. So then 57 and 58 verses is go together. So the 57 verses has also have example. It's example. If you scare something very small things, why you not scared like so your things? So giving some example for us. If I need to be careful near a small ordinary precipice, then how much more so near the one of long duction that drops for 1,000 miles. So if you really care about like you falling down in the ground, so you care about that so much, but sometimes you don't recognize you falling miles, drop in the falling down to die. You don't care that. So that is we doing. Actually, this all some Saric beings does like that. Everything we doing like that. In here, people care about so much small things, so much put effort, but really don't think about bigger things. So, of course, like first, all these regular beings thinking about this life, benefits. No one thinking about future life. So, this life is Shantideva see very short. So, future life is really long. If you take care of future life, then you know this life is not that important. They recognize that, but we think about this life is so important. Don't think about future life. So we think about only today. We don't think about tomorrow. Like that, yeah. And the thing about what we're doing, people talk about healthy, you know. Then we talk about this insurance. Who really protect insurance? Where is insurance protect no one die? So this insurance is only temporary, but people think it's insurance. Long as you have insurance, you're not going to die. So loss like is free from death. So we're thinking about it like that kind of, you know. Then Shantideva knows like 1,000 years ago, it already gave a suggestion us what we're doing wrong things. Still we're doing that. Still we're just doing the same thing again. No any change. So Buddha already gave these suggestions 2,500 years ago. Shantideva gave suggestions 1,000 years ago. Still we follow. Think about all these worldly beings only doing things and temporary. So important everything, small things. So no one thing is like future life, and no one thing how to take care our emotions. So everyone thinking about author level, you know, job and the family, or put effort for that, 100%. So we don't think about like our emotion, how to reduce that. we know emotions the very danger. Emotion take away our happiness. Enemies really cannot take happiness away from us. Only emotion take happiness away from us. But we still just follow the auto level, only taking care of temporary things. So temporary things, of course, like important, we have to take care just day by day temporarily, but not put 100% effort for that. So that's like you study this way of Bodhisattva. Your result is don't put 100% effort for only this life. So we also have to think about future life. Don't taking care only 100% temporary things. Just something do benefit when we die, and in the pardo benefit future life. So that's the way when you study this way of Bodhisattva's result, have to understand. Then how much more so near the one of long direction that drove for 1,000 miles. People don't care that, only care the first one. So whatever we do, exactly same thing like this, everything we're doing like that, beings. So always take care about the small things, not important things. Only these practitioners taking care of the last one, the regular beings taking care of the first one. So you have to recognize you are practitioner or no practitioner. Then just which one you pick up, which one you follow. Then you know which direction you're going. Then verses 58. We don't have a confidence. So that's giving suggestions. No one has a confidence. That's the reason we just cannot tame passing, not doing anything. So it is inappropriate to enjoy myself, thinking that today alone I shall not die, for inevitable the time will come when I shall become nothing. So we cannot say it is inappropriate to enjoy myself. Just not doing anything like good things, future life. Only just enjoy, this life, something like temporary enjoy. So don't satisfy that. The main point is don't satisfy temporary joys. Shantideva, they didn't say don't enjoy temporary, but don't satisfy that. So many people also satisfy temporary joys. Temporary joy is actually causes of suffering. So it's inappropriate to enjoy myself, thinking that today alone I shall not die. So then we have to know we are no free from death. We don't have a confidence. We don't have a certainty to not going to die today. So thinking that today alone I shall not die. We don't know when we die. So many causes of death. So for inevitable, the time will come. That sooner or later. That is the nature of a phenomenon. No one can stop that. No one can avoid that. No one can run from that. So you buy 100 different kind of insurance, not going to protect you. Even you buy 100 different kind of insurance, you don't have, confidence not going to die today. Don't know. So insurance is like not like put something into your body and not going to what is come into your body, and wherever you are, no one going to destroy you, something not like that, right? If you are in the airplane, what happening? You know going to die. In your car, what happening? You know going to die. Wherever you go, the disease, whatever in there, they're not going to affect you anything. So you are jump in the water, you are jump in the clubs and the precipice or something here said, wherever you jump, you know going to die, something insurance. Please find for me. I need like that kind of insurance. We don't have that kind of any insurance. So that's why even you buy 1,000 different kind of different insurance, no any confident. Just only that give you like you just temporarily satisfy. Yeah, I have insurance. Your mind's okay, but not really going to protect you anything.
Dharma.
For inevitable, the time will come when I share become nothing. So when we die, it's nothing. Then all is gone. So then next is verses 59. Who can grant me fearlessness? Who can I be surely free from this? If I share never inevitable become nothing, how can I relax and enjoy myself? So who can give you this grant for fearlessness? The insurance give to you? No, right? No possible they can give. Who give insurance? They're also going to die too. So they're telling you, okay, this insurance is best. It's protecting you. Maybe who give the insurance or the information, that person is maybe tomorrow not exist. So they don't have themselves confident too. Like just that's an example. Then of course the doctors, nurses who are there, physicians, whatever they say, they're also going to get sick, they're also going to die. Because it's a nature of phenomena. No one can free from that. No one can escape from that. So the doctors, see, we think about it like we have so many different kind of doctors. So who's eye doctor? They have eye problem. You know, who has mental doctors for give suggestions for others mental problem, who has others, they have a doctor. That doctor has a mental problem too. You know. So then everything like that. So whatever that says, they don't have a show. Then who going to give you really this? It is in it is when you know who can grant me fearlessness. Who going to grant it for you? No one can grant you fearlessness. No one can give you grant fearlessness. Who give you this or this worldly thing, they also has that same problem. They are not free from that. So that's the reason Buddha said, don't take refuge to the worldly God. He said they're also stuck in samsara. They are stuck in worldly. They also have suffering. How can they protect you? You know. Then who can I be surely free from this? So why we have a sure we are free from the death, or free from sickness, free from illness, free from suffering? Not possible. So that's the reason if I share inevitably become nothing. So when this death Mara is arise, if I share inevitably become nothing, then it's become nothing. How can we relax and enjoy myself in this life? Because our time is very short. Shantideva said, you cannot relax, enjoy yourself. If you can enjoy, relax yourself, then who give you the grant, fearlessness? Who can give you that? No one can give you that. You don't have that. Then he said, why you just stay enjoy and relax. So he said, have to put effort to purify karma and practice. Very good statement. So that's all is Shantideva's talk about the power of antidote. Power of antidote is Dharma antidote to our negative karma and emotions. So same as medicine is antidote to the disease. So he told Shantideva giving suggestion as do right now. Don't just enjoy temporary. So don't stay just relax and enjoy nothing doing, not thinking about future life, not thinking about death. So then he said, you are really crazy. Who give you this no fearless death? So this is the power of antidote. So no power of regret, power of commitment, actually commitment, and there also have something different kind of words we usually use. So this is the last one, power of the last one. What remains with me now? Remains with me now from the tormented experiences of the past, but through my great attachment to them, I have been going against my spiritual master's advice. So now we have to think about this. That's also very important. Release attachment and desire. So what remains with me now from the tormented experience of the past? So whatever we've done the past, it's just only remind, like we have memorized. We already told yesterday. Just only we memorize that. Nothing, any things exist. So here is a similar, but slightly different. So whatever we did in the past, so that's all is gone. So with that we have experienced. Whatever we have experienced in the past is all gone. So future, whatever comes, it's same like that. Nothing different than past. What we have experienced gone. So whatever coming future, also same thing. No any other than that. No better than anything that. So then he says, from the tormented experience of the past, but through my great attachment to them, I have been going against my spiritual master advice. So actually, we are attached, fixation to so many things, they're all past. So nothing is left right now. So we attach to that, and we actually against the spiritual things. We didn't follow the spiritual advice. We didn't follow the Buddha's. There was instruction. We are attached to this worldly activity, worldly things. We did so much things, but that's all gone. No. Even you're going to do something, nothing going to get something special in the future life, what passed already. Whatever we're going to get something future, also same as the past, we already gone. So then we have to think about what did in the past. It's all gone. Nothing is really useful, meaningful there. So same is future. Whatever we're going to do, it's the same like that. No any meaning for their worldly activities. So now Shantideva said, follow the spiritual advice. So far, we against my spiritual master advice. So now we recognize what we did wrong, so follow the spiritual advice. So then verses 61, having departed from this life, and from all my friends and relatives, if all alone I must go elsewhere, what is the use of making friends and enemies? So when we're going to die, so dissolution, that time, family, friends, relatives, our enemy is just left behind. So only just we go alone. So only we must go, if all alone, I must go elsewhere. Only go alone. We have to leave everything in the behind. What is the use for making friends and enemies? So that means like, don't attach to friends, don't hatred to the enemies. Why you create too much attachment and create aversion? So not talking about, when we a lifetime, you cannot have friends, you cannot have family, you cannot have enemies. He didn't say that, but main point is give up attachment so much in the friends, family, relatives. Don't too much hatred to the enemies. So main point is Shantideva say, give up attachment, give up anger. Because when we die, this relatives, enemies is nothing. So we have to go only alone ourselves. Main point is give up attachment and anger, aversion. Then verses 62, how can I be surely freed from unwholesomeness, the source of misery, continually naked and dead, should I only consider this? So we have to think about this. No virtuous deed, result is a suffering. Then we have to think about how to get free from suffering, how to purify our karma. So we have to think about that, and we have to put effort, continually night and day. Should I only consider this, how to purify our karma? This no virtuous result karma is put us in suffering. So we only have to think about how to free from the suffering. 63, verses 63. So whatever has been done by me, through ignorance and unknowing, be it the breaking of a vow or a deed by nature wrong. So we, through our life, we have ignorance, through the ignorance, and we not really knowing correctly what we do. That's the reason has been done by me, the wrong things through ignorance and unknowing. What did we wrong in through the ignorance? Because we did these mistakes, be it the breaking of a vow or did by nature wrong. So there are two things, like be it the breaking of a vow and did by nature wrong. So usually they just generally say this breaking of a vow is monks and nuns, or did by nature wrong is like regular people. But Jigten Sunggung didn't accept that. So he said this both affected all the sentient beings, not only the first one is monks and the nuns. So be at the breaking of a vow means like you received the vow, so you broke in the vow, and then that is wrong and a mistake. Or did by nature wrong is like naturally no virtuous deed, something naturally no virtuous deed, like bad intention, you know, and killing other beings, harming for other beings. So that is called or did by nature wrong. And the first one is be at the breaking of a vow, is like we receive something vow and a broken vow. So then these two no virtuous deeds we done. The reason is because due to ignorance. We didn't know how to do the correctly. We did something, you know, mistake and wrong, and that's why we done this no virtuous deeds. So this first, like the breaking of a vow is less no virtuous deed, or did by nature wrong is a strong no virtuous deed. So that also you can understand. And then this also has so many, you know, differences like categories. So the more details is in the like Vinayana teaching. These scholars put different categories, and then some also has you know, debating. So some say, oh, this is a natural wrong. Some say no, natural wrong. It's the breaking of a vow or that kind, you know. So this all categories in the more details in the Vinayana section. So anyway, these two different kind of no virtuous we done due to the ignorance. So that's we're going to confessing to the Buddhas. I humbly confess at all. This verses 64. In the presence of the protectors, the with folded hands posted in myself again and again, my mind terrified by the misery to come. So we pose attention to the protectors, Buddha and Bodhisattvas. So then we are humbly, you know, and pose attention to the Buddhas and confession. So mind terrifying by the misery of to come. So confessing because we recognize did wrong and know this result is so danger. Result is, so you know, it's put up, we are in the suffering. So that's why terrifying the misery to is coming before this terrified by the misery is coming before we purify. Verses 65. So I beseech all the guides of the world to please accept my evils and wrongs, since these are not good. In future, I shall do them no more. So no, we supplication to the all the guides of the world means Buddha and the Bodhisattvas. So to please accept my evil and wrong. So we confessing. Since these are not good, because this know what you did is not great. So in future I shall do them no more, so that we're not going to do again. It's a confession, it's a commitment, confession. This last one is a commitment. We're not going to do again. So the same is you mistakenly drain the poisons, then you have a strong regret. So then you recognize your pain and your suffering. So you get something, medicine, recover that. You think, I'm not going to do again that. I'm not going to do again, because that is the so strong pain and the suffering. So we're never going to do future again. We're not going to drink again poison. So in future, I shall do them no more. So that is the confession chapter of confession. So now we finish the second chapter there. We are going into the third chapter. Third chapter is full acceptance of the wakening mind. So fully accepting of the bodhicitta mind. The chapter third. Then this chapter third has engaging preparation, practice Dharma, and mean practice promise, and end of the rejoicer. Conclusion is rejoicing. So that's follow this chapter is 3 different sections. First part is engaging and the preparation for the Dharma. Second is like commitment, practicing Dharma. And end is rejoicing, conclusion. The noise first is preparation. So practice Dharma. The first branch, that's also followed by the branches. First branch is so the antidote to the trouble is so what is the means like it's okay. We have a strong like ego, not ego, so like it's a jealousy, mental jealousy. So this practice, the first one is antidote to the jealousy. If something, this first section is the practice rejoice, the branch of rejoice. This branch rejoice is antidote to the jealousy. Then third chapter, first verses, gladly do I rejoice in the virtue that relieve the misery of all those unfortunate states, and that places those with suffering in happiness. So gradually I rejoice. We do rejoice. So then rejoice also in the virtue that relieve the misery, is free from suffering. Rejoice really is actually jealousy. So you release jealousy, and you release like misery in your mind. Long as you have jealousy, your mind is misery. So you have rejoice, you release your jealousy, then naturally your mind is peaceful and joy, free from misery. So then also purify jealousy karma. So this practice is not only just that term is introduced, purify, but purify many lifetimes jealousies, karma imprint too. So when we have something comes, rejoice our mind, then that purify jealousy karma, and also remove jealousy our mind. So of all those in unfortunate state, and that places those with suffering and unhappiness. If long as you have rejoice and happiness arise, then you are free from this, of all those in unfortunate state is, misery mind, is unpleasant mind is removed. So that's we know, as long as we have a jealousy, our mind is not happy. So it's rejoice is coming into our mind, it's jealousy is released. So we need to rejoice to our enemies, not only rejoice ourselves doing something. So someone you really doesn't like, someone is like your object of hatred person, that person has something successful, family, business, or worldly things, we have to rejoice. And then that helps reduce our jealousy and release our this misery mind, like bring the happiness in your mind. Then also purify our karma too. So then someone doing good things, so benefiting some other beings. So you have, long as you have really strong rejoice, you also get merit, same merit too. So this is something very special method to get merit, create accumulation merit. So this has different levels. This first one is ordinary people's rejoice. Ordinary people has joy, happy, we have to rejoice. If there's someone ordinary person is like reborn to the example in the human being, free from lower rank, we have to rejoice that. And so someone is temporarily free from suffering, we have to rejoice that. So that is ordinary level rejoice. Then second rejoice is like for the arhat level. In that gathering of virtue, that is the cause for the arhat awakening. I rejoice in the definite freedom of embodied creature from the miseries of cyclic existence. So this second rejoice is for arhats, someone free from samsara. So we have to rejoice that. In the that person is like get freedom, definite freedom from embodied creature from the misery of cyclic existence. The person is free from samsara. So rejoice to the arhat means like someone wants to practice Dharma, that practice Dharma is introduced their emotion, they have become free from suffering. So we have to rejoice them too. That is the second level rejoice. Then the third verse is like Mahayana level rejoice. So the first one is ordinary person's rejoice. Second one is Hinayana level rejoice. Third one is Mahayana level rejoice. I rejoice in the awakening of the Buddhas and also in the spiritual level of their sons. And with gladness, I rejoice in the ocean of virtue from developing in awakening mind that wishes all beings to be happy, as well as in the deeds that bring them benefit. So we have to rejoice in the awakening of Buddhas. We are rejoiced Buddhas because they are the awakening free from samsara. They have a wisdom and a compassion, the benefit for other beings. We are rejoiced that. And we are rejoiced Bodhisattvas. Then they benefit so many other beings. They bring so many beings happiness. They bring the happiness to so many other beings. Then their Bodhisattvas, Buddhas, the also intention, the awakening mind is so vast, so deep, thinking about all mother sentient beings. So they bring happiness to all the sentient beings. So that's the reason we are rejoiced to this Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and the benefit for other beings. And then, of course, like we see someone doing benefiting other beings, we have to rejoice that too. So there's all three different levels. We can bring that is our practice. So you see, people has good life, someone has success for the business, family, you are rejoiced. And even your enemies, they have something good happiness. We have rejoiced that. That is very powerful, rejoice. And then that's actually release our this misery, our mind. Bring the happiness our mind. So rejoice is a positive feeling. This jealousy is a negative feeling. Long as you have a jealousy, you are suffering. Long as you have a rejoice, you are happy. And then that's the reason. So we see any other beings are happy. This is samsaric level. We have rejoice. The second one is like someone really put effort to practice Dharma and seeking liberation. We have rejoiced that. And third one, someone benefiting for other beings. We have to rejoice that. So when we rejoice, then we also get same virtuous deed too, benefit too. So then the second level is second branch. This second branch is recourse to the teaching Dharma, supplication to the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, spiritual beings, so giving the Dharma teaching for us. So that's the second branch. That actually antidote to our wrong view. And wrong view is no believe karma, cause and effect, no believe previous life, no believe future life. So no follow the cause and effect. We have a wrong view. So through the wrong view, we have created so much no virtuous deeds, no virtuous karma. So long as you have this practice, this second branch, and purify the all kind of the previous life karma through the wrong view. And also this second branch is antidote to the wrong view. This is verse 5. With folded hands I beseech the Buddhas of all the directions to shine the lamp of Dharma for all divided in measures gloom. So we put in our this hang is in the heart recalls very strongly. So folded hands are beseech and supplication the Buddha of all the directions. Then what is supplication? Is to shine the lamp of Dharma. Please give Dharma teaching. For all, the reason is like so many beings are suffering in samsara. So for all bewildered in misery, it's gloom. Please help for thinking beings to give Dharma teachings. So that is the also usually we have in the prayers have same exactly this prayer in the ritual prayer itself. Sadhanas, deity yoga practice also have these prayers. Then we do these prayers to Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, mentality supplication to that. But then also same time, like, you know, our case, what usually we doing, and you like say create the program, Dharma program, and bring the spiritual teachings, and create a Dharma center, or it's a part of that. So that purify our, you know, the wrong view karma. Actually, we are stuck in samsara. The reason is because beginningless to until now, we have a wrong view. We didn't follow the right view, and we follow the wrong view. We didn't follow the cause and the effect. We didn't believe that. And so now we purify that karma is a recourse to the teaching. And so this, you know, establish a Dharma centers, where is no Dharma, bring Dharma that place, and create programs, you know, organize Dharma teachings. So that's also part of this, purify our previous life, wrong view karma. And also this, you know, bring benefit many other beings. So do not leave the world in, okay, so the four river in the misery are gloom. So this verses 5 is antidote to, actually verses 6 is an antidote to the something like no respect for spiritual teacher and Buddha. So the verses 6 is antidote to the we done something wrong for no respect for the Buddha and the Dharma Sangha. We create some karmic imprint karma. So purify that karma. That's the reason this verses 6 verses is with folded hands are beseech the conquerors who wish to pass away to please remain for countless eons and not to leave the world in the darkness. So we recourse to the Buddha, please stay longer in this world, countless eons, benefit us and other beings. So that branch purify our non-virtuous karma and karmic imprints due to the no respect for the Buddha Dharma Sangha. That karma is purifying. So that branch, you know, is part of the long life prayers. Also, we use just these prayers remove our life obscurations too. And then also stories like when Buddha is ready to pass away, and some disciples supplication to Buddha and stay extra 1 year. So like that, and also Buddha pass away is from our perception, but actually Buddha is always there, never passed. He benefits all the time other beings. So that we have all the in the Bodhisattva prayer. We have that. So Buddha is appear to, our form body or like benefiting us is like endless, always benefiting other beings. So then last, this branch is the verses 6 is dedication. The dedication section is really more longer. Thus, by the virtue collected through all that I have done. So whatever we done, this good virtuous deeds, listening Dharma and cultivating, meditating, practicing, whatever we done, may the pain of every living creature be completely clear away. So this wishing benefit for other beings. So benefit free from all sentient beings suffering. Then verses 7 is specifically dedication to the disease who sick, beings who sick. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world, until everyone is heard. So then this is a Bodhisattva's aspiration and wishes. So Bodhisattva's aspiration is like, may I be the doctor and the medicine. May I be the nurse. The reason is because for all sick beings in the world. So like this kind of time, then this Buddha's, doctors, medicines is all like Buddha's aspiration, Bodhisattva's aspiration, until everyone is heard. So Shantideva has very strong aspiration. His aspiration is like when we have the problem in the world like this, he said, I'm become doctor, I'm become nurse, I'm become medicine for benefit for them. So we also have to wishing like that kind of, aspiration, dedicating. So then verses 8 is specifically for the who has poverty, free from that. May a rain of food and drink descend to clear away the pain of thirst and hunger, and drain the eons of famine. May I myself change into food and drink. So Shantideva aspiration is he's become a rain of food. He's become food. He's become drink. Descent. It's come from the just same as the rain falling to clear away the pain of thirst and hunger. So many beings hunger and thirsty, and drain the eons of famine. I think so. May myself change into the food and the drink. Shantideva mentioned about during the eon of famine, and he says some eons really poverty, so much suffering, sentient beings, and thirsty and hunger. So he says some eons, so much beings suffering due to the warpings, these bombs, warpings. And he said some eons, so much beings suffering disease. So he mentioned about this three problem is coming in the future time. And he have these aspirations. When have this problem, like he mentioned about, it's clearly here, is the feminine. So during that time, he wishes he to become food and drink. So then Ru takes it's this, talk about this only, but commentaries talk about this other two, the problems, warpings eon, and the disease eons coming. So actually, the degeneration time, sometimes we have problems, disease. Sometimes have problems, warpings, like bombs, these guns problems. Sometimes we have problem with this feminine. So this three when feminine, when this three arise, so this Bodhisattva has wish and aspirations to become free from that suffering. May I myself change into food and drink. So we also have to wish, same as the Shanti Deva's wishing to benefit other beings. Then also, this also have a lot of stories about this, like some, this Buddha Shakyamuni, his life story, and he's become food for many other beings. So he's become medicine for other beings. Buddha has become doctor for other beings. And Buddha is a nurse for other beings. So that kind of have stories, like Buddha's life stories. So he did so much aspirations to benefit for other beings. So that's all aspirations become completed. He's awakened Buddha. So that way it takes 3 eons to become Buddha. So some who has a very strong aspirations, they be in eons in the samsara benefiting other beings. Take 3 eons, become Buddha, means. We talk about the essence of Mahayana, they talk about 3 eons, take to become Buddha, means. Who has very strong love, compassion, benefiting other beings, they reborn again in samsara, taking different kind of birth, benefit other beings. So we usually every day we practice Buddha Shakyamuni sadhana. I have 500 different aspirations. See this kind of different aspirations. He did that, benefit other beings. Done that. So Shanti Deva mentioned about few in this text, not everything. So then, may become inexhaustible treasure for those who are poor and destitute. May I turn into all things that could need, and may this be placed close beside them. So this all is Bodhisattva's aspiration, wishing benefit for others. When they reach the first Bodhisattva level, they have ability to benefit like this for others. But still, when they benefit others, they are not get suffering. So that's the reason we have example is the same as lotus flower. Lotus flower is grow in the mud or mud, impure place, very dirty water. But lotus flower is pure and unstained. It's clear. So Bodhisattvas go into the 6 realms. Same with dirty water, like samsara, miserable place reborn, and benefit for them, but they are stainless, free from suffering. No pain, no suffering. So that ability is only come to first level Bodhisattva. Right now, we have to do aspiration, prayer. Then that arise, ability is in the wing, it's become absolute truth Bodhisattva. So this Shanti Deva said, may I become inexhaustible treasure. So he wishing he is a treasure. when these beings has like poor and destitute, like suffering, may I turn into all things they could need, what these beings need, so become transformed to that. We pray for that. And may this be placed, the clothes be beside them. So what they need, he said, I become for that. And sometimes like people have aspirations, their Bodhisattvas effort to that too. See, Achichich Roma, her story is in Tibet, the family, they have very strong devotion to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and they does so much create virtuous deeds and benefiting others. They didn't have a son and a daughter, and then they went to Nepal, and they have one stupa, it's a very amazing stupa. So some people do some strong aspiration, and the aspiration wishes arise. So they did aspiration very strong. They wanted to have children. And then power of this stupa also like power is benefiting for others. So then these two couples also have a very strong devotion, and that did good accumulation merit. So this all condition comes, then when they get Achichit Roma, she was born, and then she benefit so many other beings. So she also manifestation Tara. So this Bodhisattvas sometimes like then what they need appear to them, and they come there and benefit them, but benefit is not going to cause us of suffering. Their benefit is create a cause of happiness, benefit for others. So first, of course, the parents, they didn't satisfy. They had a good dream when they did aspiration. They have a good dream. The mother get picnic. They have a very special dream, and they enjoy. They're happy. They went back to in Tibet, and when the baby born was a daughter, the parents' expectation is a son. They're not happy, but then especially father is not happy. Oh, no, mother is not happy. Mother is especially not happy, and then father says, "Okay, we did special aspiration. So the daughter was born. We have to satisfy she is something special." So then Achi is like when was born, she chanted Tara mantra, and she has followed the virtuous deeds, and then so anyway, she not much benefit of their parents, but the benefit for other beings. So anyway, of course, like the not much benefit their life, but of course benefit future life. They may be free from the suffering. So that is like say longer way benefiting this Bodhisattvas other beings. But there's also person also need karma to this happening something. If the person doing always something create no virtuous deeds, then this Bodhisattvas, even they has aspirations, cannot come happening aspirations. They have need condition there. Or condition have to come together. So now verses 10 is dedicating for other beings, like Bodhisattvas dedicated their body, speech, mind is benefit for others. Without any sense of loss, I shall give up my body and enjoyment, as well as all my virtues of the three terms, for the sake of benefiting all. So whatever see our like have all is dedication benefit for other beings. Give body enjoyment as well as all my virtue of the three terms, our past virtues, present virtuous deeds, future virtuous deeds for the sake of benefiting all other beings. So giving to other beings, share to the other beings. Then same is like Buddhas, the 11 verses. It's actually 12 verses, right? 12 verses. So yeah, it's Tibetan verses and the English verses become separate. Number is different. One verses as a Tibetan has two sections. In the English is one, put one section together. So that's why it's actually 12 verses. By giving up all, sorrow is transcended, and may my mind will release to sorrowless state. It is best that I know give everything to all beings in the same way as I share at death. So Buddha, see this example is Buddha also give up everything by giving up all. Who giving up all? Buddha, Bodhisattvas giving up everything. Sorrow is transcended. That's why they are transcended, free from suffering. They give up everything. That's the reason they are free from samsara, free from suffering. So then, and my mind also, I wanted to follow same thing like that. I will release the sorrowless state. Also, I want to free from samsara, free from suffering. It is best that I know, I understand what I have to do. Give everything to all beings in the same way. It's Buddha's does, as I share at the death. So when I die, same as the death. When I die, everything's left. So nothing is we can take us. Same thing like that. I'm going to give everything for other beings before I die. So anyway, I cannot take with us. When I die, I have to go only myself alone. Even I cannot take with the body myself together. So same is when I'm die. Same is like that. I'm going to give up everything, giving to other beings. So this all is like my intention, my generosity. Don't throw away your houses and your everything, okay? Don't do everything, throw away. First, you have to create in your mind aspiration. So then ability is come slowly. So then verses 13. So no, verses 13 is I give up everything. My body is belong to other beings. So no, whatever does better things for me, I don't care. Because no belong to me. Then no self there. It's very special verses, this one. I really love this one. Having given this body up, so we already give up our body for the pleasure of all living beings. So no, my bodies belong to other beings. Enjoy your other beings, enjoy my body. You know. So whatever you want, use my body. For the pleasure of all living beings. So by killing, abusing, and beating it, may they always do as they please. So no, whatever you want to do, please do. I don't care. You want to care me, you care. My body belong to you. You want to abusing, you do abusing, and you want to beating, you beat. Whatever you want to do, you do. I don't care. I don't have self because I already give up already self. No, it's belong to you. It's whatever you want to do, you do. Okay, so they have a choice. Then the same thing. See, Naropa is give it to the Telopa. He give up himself. He said, "It's I belong to you." So Telopa did so much. So regular people say so much abuse for Telopa did Naropa, but actually purify his karma. And so Naropa already give up, so that's why Telopa can subdued him, and he become Telopa you know, purify his karma, and one lifetime he's become Buddha. And Malarepa think about also, he give up, the Malarepa belong to the become the Marpa Lotsawa. So Marpa Lotsawa, he beating, he beating Malarepa. People say he abusing Malarepa, he did. And almost he killing Malarepa, so many things, he done so much things. Then Malarepa has become one lifetime Buddha. So that's also an unusual story. Because they purify their karma too. And so that is the Bodhisattvas also, doing the benefiting other beings using the different method. So now what we have to think about, so now we think our bodies belong to others. Then when you hear something bad words, okay, I think we don't accept that bad words. We don't have to sad and suffering. Because this body is not belong to us, then why we have to sad? Someone beat us, so body is not belong to us, then just it's let to beat, right? It's benefit for others. So anyway, like whatever happening is, we think my bodies belong to others. We don't take the suffering. We don't take the suffering. So it's a very special method. Usually we hold this body, like me and I. Then someone telling us better things, hurt us. Someone beat us, hurt us. Someone abuse, hurt us. Everything's become problem. So now you give up everything. Someone say better things, no hurt us. Someone beat us, no hurt, no suffering. Whatever does some other people, no suffering. We are already free from suffering. So we have to recognize that with very special method the Bodhisattvas does. And 100% opposite is the regular people does, Bodhisattvas doing. So usually we think we're taking care of our body, but that means like we really creating suffering ourselves because of fixation and to our body, grasping to our body, holding so strong selfish. And then we cannot hear some very small word from someone. It's like even like unpleasant word. We cannot hear that. It's not happy already. So that become hurt us. But Bodhisattvas, they don't hurt because they give up. So that even if someone beat them, is that they're not hurt because they already give up suffering. They don't take the suffering. They already give up the suffering. So that's why it's very special. This one. May they be always to do us their please. So whatever benefit for them, pleasures, my body is useful for them. So 100% give up for us and giving for other beings. So that's the 13 verses. Sorry about it. Time is gone. I didn't recognize. This section is very special, so I cannot stop easily. Like to share. Thank you, everyone. So now we're going to do the dedication. Karen, can you read, please, this English dedication?
Yes. In the center, Imaho. In the center is the marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of powerful mien. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the blissful pure land of Dewachan. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born there without taking samsaric rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face by the power of the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. May we attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tigyata pensa driya awaboda naya soha. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind. Where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience. By defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As Manjushri, the warrior realized the ultimate state, and as did Samantabhadra, I will follow in their path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. May the teaching of the great Drikungpa Ratnashri, who is omniscient Lord of the Dharma, master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara. Thank you.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you.
Thank you all. See you
Thank you,
tonight.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. See you tonight.
Good
Yes,
night,
Sabbath.
everybody.
So nice.